And ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Antigua Barbuda.
Welcome and thank you for joining us. This is a live stream TT production.
The silver, Ian Jacarso, and Tayo Knowles with the bronze. And presenting now the ladies 13 and 14. The bronze going to Trinidad and Tobago, Asia Marie Boucher. The silver to Antigua Barbuda, Anya de Ganas. And the gold, the big points to the Bahamas, Isabella Cucurullo, posting in with a winning time of 2:35.12. Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of the Bahamas. And again, congratulations, ladies 13 and 14. Isabella Cucurullo, the gold, Anya de Ganas, the silver, and Asia Marie Boucher with the bronze. And presenting now the gentlemen 13 and 14. The bronze going to the Bahamas, Isaac Wright. The silver to Jamaica, Arush Raglani. And the gold, posting in with winning time, 2:17.23, Haiti's Jude Jerome. Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Haiti. And congratulations again, gentlemen. Jude Jerome, the gold, Arush Raglani, the silver, and Isaac Wright, the bronze.
Come and feel the passion. Come and feel the pride. We're on the track and in the pool. We're on the field and our dreams collide. The Caribbean's coming.
winning the event, posting it with a 2:22.92. The Cayman Islands, Sierra Broadbell getting the gold. Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of the Cayman Islands. And congratulations, Sierra Broadbelt the gold, Jayla Simmons the silver, and Tony Ray Yates the bronze. And Tobago, Zachary Anthony. And this is the second record by Haiti, and this is the second record by Haiti, and this Carifta, the second record ever for Haiti in Carifta. Welcome Haiti to Carifta Championships. Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Haiti. And again, congratulations. Our new record holder, gold medalist Christian Jerome, Ethan Stubbs Green with the silver, and Zachary Anthony with the bronze. And with that, we turn our attention to the competition course, beginning this morning's events with the 800-meter freestyle for gentlemen 13 to 17, swimming it together, scoring it separately 13 and 14 and 15 to 17. And there we are, doing the walk of fame behind the starting blocks. That first wave of the gentlemen's 800-meter freestyle will swim 2 heats this morning and a deciding heat in championship final series tonight. Zion Applewade at block number 3 for Trinidad and Tobago. At block number 4, it's the Bahamas, Isaac Wright. The Virgin Islands at block number 5 with Cole Glennan. And block number 6, the Virgin Islands again, Teague Gleason. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Referee, Mr. Starter. Oh, there we go with the horns and the bongos. Our seasoned carnival players. I love it. Antigua Coach, Resolution Desk.
Welcome for those who are now joining us. This is Carifta, day number 4. This is the prelims. We're in the 800-meter freestyle event here live on our live stream on www.CariftaAquatics2025.com. Final day of competition here at the National Aquatic Center. It has been some exciting days here. Trinidad and Tobago is currently ranked in 3rd place overall, with Jamaica 2nd and Bahamas 1st. Right now in the 800-meter freestyle event. Our swimmers are about halfway through with this 800-meter freestyle. We have 2 heats swimming this morning. 1 heat will be swum this evening with finals. Following in this, we'll have the 400-meter freestyle events as well. In the lead in the water is the swimmer in Bahamas, Isaac Wright. He's in the lead in this 800 free. And while we go through this race, we'll talk to meet director Stephen Mendoza. He's also the vice president of the Aquatic Sports Association of Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning, Stephen.
Good morning, Jason, and good morning all those of you who are viewing us right now live stream. A pleasant morning to you.
How has the organization, from the organizational perspective, how has the meet been going so far?
Well, if I must take it from our debriefing sessions and the report from the coaches of the other countries, they will say this is a well-run meet. And I believe, Jason, having learned from Commonwealth, having learned from Panam Aquatics, holding attended meet also, no vacant seat. No vacant seat. I tell you, if you have to come, you better come early because the place has been sold out. So I say we are doing very, very well. Do likewise. We are bidding for the 2027 Carifta to host it again. And you know we will definitely need more sponsorship. So again, thank you to the sponsors that we have, and we hope that would encourage others to come on also.
So I think he let the cat out of the bag a little bit. Trinidad and Tobago will be hoping to bid for Carifta 2027. But back to the action in the water. Winning this first heat is the swimmer in lane number 4. That's Isaac Wright of the Bahamas. He'll be followed by lane number 5, which is Cole Cullinan of the Virgin Islands. And it looks like a Trinidad and Tobago swimmer will come in third. He's not quite there yet, but he's there soon. That's Zion Applewhite of Trinidad and Tobago. As we get ready for heat number 2, which comes up next, we still have with us Mr. Mendoza. He is the Vice President of ASAT, and he has been the meet director for this Carifta Games 2025. First time we've had this since 1997 in this beautiful facility at the National Aquatic Center in Couva. We're getting ready for the start of heat number 2 of the 800-meter freestyle. The announcers call for silence at the
And we
start.
have a thumbs up on that first event, first heat. Gentlemen, heat 2.
So in the water, we have Caden Williams, Mihail Sobers, Noham Eustache, Matthew Kennedy, A. Josephine, Adam Sellers, W. Farrington, Darren Belfort, Mael Burgos, and Ethan Kunha. These are the swimmers of heat number 2. Heat 3 will swim this evening with the finals. This is the 800-meter freestyle. Coming up next after this, we have girls 11 to 12, 400 freestyle, the first heat. The second heat will swim with finals this afternoon. Then we have all the age groups coming up as well with the fastest heat swimming with finals. Mr. Mendoza also know the sport company would have invested a lot in different things at the facility. What are some of the improvements that have been made just for these Carifta games?
Yes, you're right, invested. The most significant one was this pigeon infestation, if I have to call it, we had. And it takes some months well to net off the entire aquatics, well, at the city indoor pool. And you know that would have been a significant investment. And so that would have reduced this pigeon infestation. I say to 99%. There are 1 or 2 pigeons finding their way still, the stubborn ones. But you know that problem we had all around, and even in the pool we'd have had drop-ins. That is now a thing of the past. Also, all around we would have seen bathroom was improved, walkway areas that had slippages were improved. These pools were actually drained, I want you to know, and maintenance job was well done on so many of the pools, foyer areas, even at the stand. So significant investment was made to make this place really international center for swimming.
I think we have new blocks as well.
Oh yes, thank you, Jason, for reminding me. We have 10 new blocks. So 20, sorry. 10 on either side, 20 new blocks. Also, they would have invested in some new, what we call backstroke wedges. So a lot of new items, rain ropes and new. You know, Jason, what we should mention, here we have a pool, but to be approved for bigger things, official survey had to be done. I thought it was just enough to say that we have a 50-meter pool. No, sir. We saw the surveyors come with their equipment and measuring side to side and everything to make sure that what we got here, what this country invested in, is a pool of international repute and can host meets even beyond Commonwealth. So hoping one day we could have a CAC in Trinidad and Tobago. So, you know, we should be proud of the facilities we have, and the sport company continues to listen to what we are asking, and they are responding by making all the investments that are necessary.
And this meet also is a qualifier for the Panam Junior Championships. It's a qualifier for World Aquatics Championships. And I know many federations are using this as a qualifier for the World Junior Championships as well in Romania in August of this year. So, I mean, we have a world-class facility here in Trinidad and Tobago. We're proud to share it with you all. Of course, you'll stay tuned to different events we have coming up in Trinidad and Tobago. For those who want to come back, we have our Subway Maracas Open Water Classic on Sunday, 4th May 2025. Registration is online, and it's a 1K, a 3K, and a 5K race. So you can choose your distance and come on down to the Maracas Bay in Trinidad and Tobago for the Subway Maracas Open Water Classics 2025. To the action in the water, in the lead is the swimmer. It looks like lane number 2. That's Noham Eustache of Martinique. Seems to be at the halfway point of this race. And it's the Martinican swimmer ahead of Matthew Kennedy of Jamaica and A. Josephine also of Martinique. And Mr. Mendoza, if I might deviate a little bit, I know one of the things you also are we hope to have you responsible for is finally establishing diving in Trinidad and Tobago. What's that looking like? What are we hoping to achieve this year?
Thank you, Jason. I was hoping to put in a plug in, but thank you. Okay, so again, talking about our facilities. Our facilities were built for the aquatic disciplines, right? So one of it would have been diving, and I would also say artistic swimming also along that line. But we have not used this facility or developed the sport over the last decade. And but I think now the time is right. We have restructured ASAT based on World Aquatic standards. So it means that attention will be given to all the swimming disciplines. At one time, you know, we were just swimming focused, and mainly polos, if I must say that. But now, every aspect, the swimming, the water polo, the artistic and open water, everything. So that being said, we are hoping in the month of June to have a diving clinic both for coaches and for athletes. And I am also pleased to say that I had a personal conversation with Captain Hussein, the president of World Aquatics, talking to him about our initiative regarding diving. And Jason, he was so pleased to hear it and pledge, as it were, the type of support that we would need, not just for clinics, but to develop the sport, and within about 3 years or so, to be a country that will be hosting competitions and sending our athletes probably around the Caribbean, around the world, to enter diving competitions. So let me throw this one, if anybody listens to us from the Gymnastics Federation, most of the feeder would come from the Gymnastics Federation. So if a coach is hearing us, if a parent is hearing us, if a young gymnast is hearing us, you will be getting information very soon, and I hope you will subscribe and come to the clinic. And so you just know that, you know, it wouldn't just be the floor exercise for gymnastics. You have another option to do artistic swimming or to do diving. In the month of June, we have Diane Mays. Diane Mays sits on the board of Panam Aquatics, and she is also an African American regarding diving aspect. So she knows the challenges that we have in the Caribbean, and she can speak to those challenges and let the parents know this is an option, that your children should be able to enter into this part of the sport, and probably in a short time represent the country.
Stephen, let's just put a pin in that point. We're on the last leg of this 800-meter freestyle. We have Noham Eustache of Martinique in the lead, comfortably ahead of Matthew Kennedy of Jamaica, and Farrington out of Bahamas is in third currently, but it's still 100 meters to go. Anything can happen in this 100 meters. And the They are hoping to do fast enough for time so that they can be in medal contention following the swimming of the finals this evening. But it's still Eustache in the lead. Kennedy is coming up to him a bit, but Eustache seems to be maintaining his lead in this 800-meter freestyle. Out in that lane, number 2, he's in the lead ahead of Kennedy of Jamaica. And the swimmer from Aruba in lane 6. Sorry, the swimmer from Bahamas in lane 6 seems to be coming into that Farrington. So it's Martinique, Jamaica, Bahamas in that 800-meter freestyle. As we get ready for event 100 girls, 11 to 12, 400-meter freestyle, where we have 9 swimmers in heat 1, and the final 8 will be swimming in finals this evening. So that was Noham Eustache of Martinique touching first, followed by Matthew Kennedy. And Farrington out of the Bahamas finishing in third. This is the last day of the Carifta Championships. Coming up during the lunch break, we'll have our Carifta Congress.
And it looks like we are good to go. The 11 and 12 ladies.
We'll come back this
freestyle.
evening for the
Heat
final.
number 1.
We will start
Miss
with
Starter,
award
Miss Referee.
presentations from last night. That's the 4x200 meter freestyle and the mixed 11 to 12 4x100 freestyle relay. We will start with that this evening at 5:45 and get to the action with the 800 meter freestyle, event number 99. That will be the first event at around 6 p.m. this evening. But in the water, our girls 11 to 12, heat number 1 for the 400 meter freestyle. Now invite the president of the Aquatic Sports Association, Mr. Sean Bouchet, who is here. He was elected November 30th last year, and the first thing was entrusted on us was the Carifta Championships 2025. Sean, good morning, and how has Carifta been going thus far?
Good morning, everyone. Yeah, Carifta has been going well. I think we've got some positive feedback. A few hiccups as we expected, but it's growing. We're learning from the process, and we're hoping to put together a blueprint to guide everyone going forward and making this championship even better.
So, a birdie told me that Trinidad and Tobago may be putting in a bid for Carifta 2027. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's true. I think we are pretty confident that given what we did in a short space of time here, even if we have 2 years' time, we can definitely plan and execute and do more than that in terms of bringing a greater performance from our local contingent as well to up the ante a bit, give a greater challenge for Bahamas.
And how do you feel, since it's touched on that point, how do you feel about Trinidad and Tobago's performance thus far?
I think it has been a spirited performance. Definitely we have some points to look at where we have some weaknesses. That's something that I think the Swimming Commission will take a look at
And we're going to get, I think it's time for us to dot the I's, cross the T's, and make a proper assessment, an honest assessment of where we at, where we need work, and call in for resources where we are short.
So as mentioned, Mr. Mendoza, we know the amount of sponsors that we were able to onboard for this competition. How do you see that helping swimming going forward?
Well, I'm grateful for the sponsorship. I mean, we're always glad to have sponsors on board. We are hoping to build a relationship and not make it a one-off event. We have a lot of national championships that we want to make profitable, and we want to make sure that the association is a little more self-sufficient, so that we can engage in some more initiatives that would improve the association from a competency standpoint, from a capacity standpoint.
So if you're now joining us, this is the Carifta Aquatics Championship 2025. We're in the middle of the 400-meter freestyle for girls 11 to 12. This is event 100. This is day number 4. This evening we'll have finals from 6 p.m. Also tomorrow you can join us live as well for the open water competition, which will be behind Five Islands Amusement Park. For those who want to come on down, it's free of charge. So come on down and support the different athletes, of course, especially our 10 Trinidad and Tobago athletes that would be taking part in the competition. Thank you all for tuning in on the live on www.cariftaquatics2025.com. This is the 400-meter freestyle for girls 11 to 12. We have in the lead from Martinique, Lilia Corin, in a time 3:48.17 ahead of Ross of Aruba and Anthony out of Trinidad and Tobago. Of course, we must continue to thank our sponsors, the Ministry of Sport and Community Development, the Sport Company of Trinidad and Tobago, CIBC, Finis, the Action Group, Massey Foundation, First Citizens, GNC, West Shore Medical, and a lot more of our partners who would have supported the team as well. We also had Blue Waters as well, official hydration partner for this game. We have Gatorade as well supporting this event. So thanks to all the sponsors for coming out and assisting the event, and by extension, Team Trinidad and Tobago. In the league, coming up to the end of this 400-meter freestyle is the swimmer in lane number 5 from Martinique. That's Lilia Corin, and she touches the waters confidently in heat number 1. She's just ahead of Alyssa Ross of Aruba, who touches second. And we have the Trinidad and Tobago swimmer out in lane number 2. That's Sahara Anthony, who will touch the wall third. This evening, so the fastest time going into this evening is 5:03.32, and she'll be hoping that's good enough to medal. We have 8 athletes swimming this evening, so this swimmer will be hoping to get on the podium with the 5:03.32. As we get ready for event 101, it's Lucas Watto, Nathaniel Sachalin, Julius Enaz, Ruben Mansour, Dexter Russell, Kenia Legister, Will Weston, and Adian Argual. These are the swimmers for heat number 1, 400-meter freestyle. Very electric atmosphere here at the National Aquatic Center. There's this prelims, and we have a lot of noise in the center from the various rhythm sections, the horns, the bells.
Gentlemen's 400-meter freestyle 11 and 12, heat 1, Mr. Referee, Mr. Starter.
it looks like it's going to be Bahamas.
We're hopeful. We do not take our eyes off the prize. We do not get relaxed. So we are still in competition mode. We're still focused and we're still performing, giving it all we got. But we're feeling kind of good.
Yeah, you should. But congratulations. I mean, the team looks great. I mean, I remember watching an interview from one of your coaches where he said no swimmer on this team has ever lost a Carifta championship, and it seems like you're going to do that again this year.
Do it again. We can do it again.
Well, from Trinidad and Tobago, we're coming for you in 2026.
Yeah, do that.
Thank you very much, Celestial, and thanks to the Bahamas, and congrats in advance.
Thank you so much.
That was Celestial Darville from the Bahamas, team manager of the Bahamas, who seems to be on route to title number 7 here at this Carifta Aquatics Championship 2025.
Aruba's Wolf Masses
So,
at block
for those who
number
may
7.
not have had
Virgin
access
Islands
to
at
the
block number
result
8. Cole
over the
Cullinan.
past few days,
Jude
up to
Jerome at block
yesterday,
number
we
9
have
for
Bahamas
Haiti.
on the top on the medal table with 21 gold, 16 silver, and 18 bronze, with a total of 55 medals. Then you have Trinidad and Tobago with 14, 14, 14, which is 42 medals in all. We have Jamaica have 12 gold, 17 silver, 12 bronze. So that's the medal count, but as you all know for Carifta, we go with the points, and there's no change really. Well, there's no change in first place because Bahamas seems to be on route to their
And Atlanta Jones
7th
of
straight
Jamaica.
title with 739 points. Second and third, Jamaica has second with 566.5, and Trinidad and Tobago is in third with 532 points. Cayman Islands in fourth with 361.5, and Barbados rounds up the top 5 with 343 points. It's now the 13 to 14 gentlemen for the 400 meter freestyle with Noah Dorville, T. Gleason, Zion Applewhite, Ruben Edwards, Jacob Collymore, Trace Russell, Aaron Sulal. Wolf Masters, Cole Cullinan, and Jude Jerome. This is the Carifta Aquatics Championships. Carifta Aquatics Championships 2025 here in beautiful Trinidad and Tobago, National Aquatic Center. Very, very electric atmosphere, and if you don't have your tickets secured for this afternoon, come early, come around 4:30, so see if you can get tickets at the door for the 6 p.m. start this afternoon. It's the first time we're hosting Carifta. And it's joined with track. Track finished yesterday. But swimming is still going on in National Aquatic Center, so remember to come on down. We still have some space in the stands this morning. Remember, we also have 50-meter freestyle events coming up, 200 backstroke coming up, 100 breaststroke coming up. So a lot of events, a lot of opportunities for point scoring, opportunities for these teams. We also have the relays coming up at the end. We'll only have the 50 to 17 girls and boys, I believe, will swim this morning. Unless there are any scratches we have been informed of. So we're here with one of Trinidad and Tobago swimmer, Jaden Mills. Jaden, good morning and welcome to the live stream.
Thank you. Good morning.
So how do you feel about your performance thus far in these Carifta games?
Honestly, I am very satisfied with my performance so far, but the job is not done. We still have the 4x50 tomorrow. I believe me and the boys could break the record, just like how we did in the 4x100.
So you mean the 4x50 later on today?
Yes, sorry, my bad.
All right, and so you were a part of the record-breaking 4x100 spring?
Yes, it was, yeah.
So how did it feel to just demolish that record?
It was a great feeling being a part of the boys. I'm a first year on the 15 to 17 guys, so being able to be up there with them, breaking that record, home grounds in front of my family, friends, it was an amazing experience.
And back to the action in the water. Jude Jerome just won this heat number 1 in the 30 to 14 male 400 meter freestyle. He's ahead of Noah Dorville of St. Lucia. And in third is Jacob Collymore out of Grenada. And Jaden, how do you compare this year's Carifta for you compared to last year's Carifta? I know you moved up in the age group. Yeah, so how has it been?
Well, obviously it was a bit tough racing. My individual event for this year was the 50 fly. I missed the final by 0.02, but I'm keeping my head up high. I'm getting ready for my other events. I think the atmosphere here with the TNT family, they're making me feel very, very excited. I don't feel nervous when I'm going to race. Obviously, it's a little bit of nerves, but they bring us some sort of comfort when you have to race, and I love that.
So anybody to close off, anybody want to shout out or say hello to or send any words to the persons listening?
I want to say hello to my dad, my little brother, my auntie Ingrid. They all do a lot for me, and most importantly, my mom. I love them dearly. They all do so much for me, and I don't know how I'll repay them But I'll figure out a way to repay them when I get older. I promise them that.
Probably a couple of gold medals next year in Carifta.
Of course. Next year, you all are going to see some stuff from me. I promise you all that.
And what's next for Jaden athletically? Are you studying here? Are you studying abroad?
I'll be going to school in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I'll be attending Macaulay. I'm very excited. I visited last year in October. I love the school. The campus is amazing. I met the guys there. The team is great. The coaches are amazing. And as I said, I'm very excited to go.
Thank you very much, Jaden, and I hope to continue to have a successful Carifta.
Thank you, thank you.
So I have with me now Asia Marie Pouche of the Trinidad and Tobago team. I think yesterday, when she received the medal today for the 200-meter butterfly. Was this your first Carifta?
No, this is not my first Carifta. It's my second Carifta.
But was this your first individual medal?
Yes.
And how was that experience?
Very shocking. I was surprised.
Was that, did you do your personal best as well?
Yes, I did.
What other medals did Asia get in this competition?
For the girls, 4x we got bronze.
No problem. And what we looking forward to in this competition going forward? Or this you have any more races coming up?
I think I have the girls 4x50 relay tonight.
And how do you feel about the competition this Carifta compared to the previous Carifta? How is the vibe, the energy, the team spirit?
The vibe is way better, especially since I won an individual medal. And the team spirit has always been good.
And any messages to anybody at home from Asia? It could be a friend, family, those who are just listening and watching.
Okay, well, just support us as much as you can. Just scream really loud when we're swimming.
All right, thank you very much, Asia, and we wish you all the best for the rest of the championship.
Thank you.
So now we're in the 400-meter freestyle still. We have about 100 meters to go in this 400 freestyle. In the lead is a swimmer from Bermuda, Whedon, ahead of Joseph of Virgin Islands and Karen Berg of Trinidad and Tobago. But right now we're with Tony Reagan, who last night came from behind and got a medal, sneaked in a medal there in the 200-meter butterfly. Tony, how do you feel now?
I definitely feel relieved. I really wanted this. This was definitely one of my big goals. It was my first Carifta and it's my last, so I definitely wanted to be up on that podium last night.
So, Tony, last year I believe you missed Carifta by 0.01, 0.02. What was that number you missed it by? Last year you missed Carifta qualification, correct?
Yes, I did.
By 0.0 something, very, very close.
Yeah.
How does it feel to come from not making the Carifta team to medaling this year and you smashed your personal best time as well? I think this is the first time you went under 2 days.
Yeah, I'm definitely proud of myself. I believe my coaches are more proud of me than I am of myself. I really didn't expect to go under 2:30, but I did, so I'm really proud of that. And seeing I was struggling to make the time last year, and I made it this year, and I even passed the time that I made. I'm really proud of myself.
So what's next for Tony in this competition? You have any more races coming up?
I just have 4x50 freestyle relay.
And how has this team been compared to other teams? How has it been competing at home?
Definitely a little weird because normally you're in a different country in like a hotel, but like this team, I never really bonded with this group of people before. Normally it's goodwill. This is a different set of people, so I had to create new friendships with people. So it was definitely a little weird the first 2 nights.
All right, and anybody want us to send a shout out to at home or to the general public watching?
I want to give a shout out to Shanta McLean and Raven Ward from Bahamas.
All right, thank you, Tony, and congratulations on your performances.
Thank you.
So we had 3 Trinidad and Tobago swimmers there talking about their performances thus far at the Carifta Aquatic Championships 2025. Here in Trinidad and Tobago National Aquatic Center. Very special for us home here because we haven't hosted a Carifta in a while. It is of significance to us, and as you have heard earlier, we are hoping to bid for Carifta 2027. We know that we have had a lot of experience from this meet, and we know we can develop a template. We have built some relationships with sponsors, etc. So we're hoping that we can secure these, improve on these, and have a magnificent games in 2027 once we are given a nod today. Freestyle for 15 to 17 males. I believe we have 2 heats this morning with the swimming with finals this afternoon. And following this, we will go into those sprint events that we look forward to. The 50-meter freestyle event. In this event, each team was able to enter 3 persons. Other than the other events, which they normally have 2, so the 50 events they're allowed to enter 3 persons, but of course each country only has 2 persons that can progress to the final. So this is one of the marquee events that people look forward to at these championships, the 50-meter freestyle. 50 meters, anything can happen in one length of the pool. So we hope you tune in. Stay tuned with us now and tune in this evening from 5:45 actually, when we start with our award presentations and then get straight into the action. In the water we have our boys 15 to 17, heat number 1. In the lead is the swimmer in the middle of the pool, that's Adam Sellers. Only 3 swimmers in this heat 1. And let's see if we can get to talk to 1 or 2 more officials or athletes to get their perspective on how the Carifta games have been going for them thus far.
Coming up here again, yeah. You're not moving your ways by chance, no. It's the rhythm, the rhythm, the rhythm. I bring music to make you dance, yes. Don't refuse it, it's like
145. Getting ready now for the starting blocks. Martinique, Lucas Antonente at block number 1. Donald Saunders at block number 2. The Bahamas. Jamaica's Matthew Kennedy at block number 3. Virgin Islands, Darian Bernard at block 4. Christian Jerome at 5 for Haiti. Martinique's Nicholas Anais Theory at block number 6. Connor Hupman at 7. And Calvin Hitt at block number 8. Another one. And again, this heat has been reseeded. It may differ from your heat sheet. Mr. Referee, Mr. Starter. And again, Lucas Antonente, lane 1. Donald Saunders, lane 2. Matthew Kennedy, lane 3. Darian Maynard at block number 4. Christian Jerome at 5. Nicholas Anais Theory at 6. Connor Hupman at 7. Calvin Hitt at block number 8. There was a reseed, that's why the confusion. Now the scoreboard may not coordinate. I don't know if we changed the staging in the scoreboard computer. Again, it's separate from the timing computer, and sometimes the information doesn't transfer. And again, it's Lucas Antonente at block 1, Donald Saunders at 2, Matthew Kennedy at 3, Darren Maynard at 4, Christian Jerome at 5, Nicholas Anais Theory at block number 6, Connor Hupman at 7, and Calvin Hitt at block number 8. Regardless of what the scoreboard says, those names and assignments may or may not be correct. There's the referee, there's the starter. And it is a time final event. We have 3 heats. Heat number 3 is going to swim tonight. Our next series at the starting blocks, the 50-meter freestyle. Swimmers reporting to the call room at the turn into the course. 50-meter freestyle swimmers, we're looking for you.
I bring music to make you dance, yes. Don't refuse it. It's like walking footsteps. It's natural, yeah. Like a baby crying for the first time. Like Anya with her first design. Best I did bring some bricks and a load of sand. I'll build up my house on this land. Cause inside this fat, this fat.
This is the Carifta Aquatics Championships 2025 here at the National Aquatic Center in Balmain, Couva. Much thanks to our sponsors, Ministry of Sport and Community Development, the Sport Company of Trinidad and Tobago, both our diamond sponsors, our platinum sponsors, CIBC. Our gold sponsor is the Action Group Finish. Our silver sponsors, Massey Foundation and Subway. Our bronze sponsors, First Citizens. First Citizens and Blue Waters are among our bronze sponsors. We have event sponsors in West Shore Medical and GNC. So thank you all for helping to make this event possible. As we in the second heat of the 400-meter freestyle.
Second heat of this 400 meter freestyle. The third heat will be swum this evening in finals, where we start at 5:45 with medal presentations and then straight to the 400 meter freestyle event. Coming up next, we have our 50 meter freestyle event. Top 8, of course, advance to the final this afternoon. In the water, we have Jerome from Team Haiti. Haiti has been doing some marvelous things in this meet this year, getting their first set of gold medals at these championships. Very, very exciting competition over the last 4 days. Thank you all for coming in from all over the Caribbean to support this event. Definitely the premier age group competition on this side of the world. There's the Carifta Aquatics Championships. Later on in the year, Trinidad and Tobago will host the water polo segment of these championships. So stay tuned for that. Also, we have coming up our Maracas Open Water Swim on May the 5th. So you can still go online and sign up for that on ttaquatics.com. In the water in this heat number 2, very, very close competition.
The event most of the way. And right now we take a short break to reset the course, move our starter and referee to the turn into the course now, getting ready for the 50-meter freestyle series. And ladies and gentlemen, we have some individuals who are, I guess they're proud to be distinguished enough to have our gentlemen in uniform reposition their automobiles. The tip's a little heavy, but that's what it is. How about TDD 8444 is one vehicle, TDM 7902 is another vehicle, PED 7704 and POT 16. Those are the 4 vehicles right now in line for our valet parking service. And taking ownership of the starting blocks right now. It's seat number 1 of the 11 and 12 ladies. Suriname, Clara Adolphe at block number 3. Annabella Albert at block number 4 for Turks and Caicos. Anguilla at block number 5 with Kadeh Blanchard. And there it is, the referee blowing the whistle. Heat number 1. Oh, great quiet for the start. That's the way to give the swimmers their best advantage. At the starting blocks again, Caitlin Challenger at block 0. Nelia Corin at block number 1. Kazia Joseph at 2. Mia Reed at 3. Addison Thomas takes block number 4. Isabella Monroe at block number 5. Emma Baring at 6. Kaylee Warner at block number 7. And Elise Erasmus at lane number 8. And our first challenge into the wall, the reach, the touch in lane number 3. Claria Adolphe at 32.62. And it's heat number 2 at the starting blocks. Miss Referee, Miss Starter. And another great start. And that walk of fame at the starting blocks right now, Noemi Mornay at block 0. Thea Jean Felipe at block number 1. Vitali Inocencia at block number 2. Alyssa Ross at block number 3. Keisha Eastman at 4. Zara Anthony at 5. Annabelle Lawson at 6. Tasia Hall taking block number 7. Alyssa Watkins at block number 8. And Lois Yurdink at block number 9. That first tag in, Jamaica's Addison Thomas. Miss Starter, Miss Referee.
So this is the third and final heat of the girls 11 to 12. Remember, the top 8 progress to the final this afternoon, provided that
and at the starting
we're
block,
limited to 2
Sanaya Lean at
teams.
block 0. Shazaya Jagasar at block number 1. Samaya Roll at 2. Taylor Nichols at 3. Kai Lawson at block number 4. Lauren Travers at 5. Taylor Lewis at block number 6.
And that's Alyssa Ross of Aruba touching the wall first, followed by Kaisha Eastman of Barbados. Third place going to Jean-Philippe
getting ready at block number 9.
Guadeloupe.
And that first tag in, 28-6-0, Alyssa Ross of Aruba.
As we get ready for our fourth and final heat, which comes up next.
And it is heat number 4 at the starting blocks. Miss Starter, Miss Referee.
And these are 11 to 12 girls. 50-meter freestyle. The rhythm section is in a gear. The DJ is in a gear, and these swimmers are sprinting their hearts out, trying to get a space into the final this afternoon. Seeing a green cap and a white cap, that's Jamaica in the lead, followed by the Cayman Islands. That's Lawson and Travers. And I feel that's how it's going to remain, despite this for third place. But it's Lawson, Travers, and Nichols of the Bahamas. Wrapping up the top 3. So let's see, as we get all the times coming in, let's see who will be the top 8
Jamaica looks like
going
she
forward
has
to
the
that
hot
final.
seat tonight. We'll know when the referees give their report and when the results are posted. Right now, setting the stage for the 11 and 12 gentlemen 50 freestyle. Aisha Tuzan at block number 1. Enzo Cruz at block number 2. Dimitri Phillip takes block 3. Leandro Sanesteban at block number 4. Christian Allen at 5. Noah Parker at 6. Christopher Walter at 7. And Kian Jules at block number 8.
These are our boys, 11 to 12.
And that is Leandro
We have 2 Trinidad and Tobago swimmers in this one, in lane 3 and lane 5. That's Philip and Alan.
Miss Referee, Mr. Starter.
There's heat number 1. Heat number 1 of this 50-meter freestyle for gentlemen, 11 to 12. In the lead, looks like the swimming lane number 4, then Esteban of Aruba. It seems like the Trinidad and Tobago swimmer will come in second. That's Allen, and followed by Philip of Trinidad and Tobago as well.
Leandro Santiesteban of Aruba.
26.83, that's the time to beat from heat number 1.
And getting ready at the starting blocks now, Ethan Gunpot at block
3
number 1.
heats of gentlemen, 11 to 12.
Will be at block number 2. Shine Van Loon at block 3. Block 4 is Kai Bastion. Gillen Deschong at block number 5. Liam Minabu at block number 6. Eliu Brown at 7. And Declan Boyd takes block 8. Miss Starter, Miss Referee, Mr. Starter.
Just had some swimmers fall off the blocks there. But this is
Itchy start. That is why the quiet is so important. I can't say enough about that. It's not only to avoid situations like that, but if you have to think to which sound you listen to, it costs almost 3/10 of a second. So the athletes are going to have the best advantage when we are just dead silent for the start.
So in the girls, 11 to 12 unofficially, we have had Lawson being the fastest qualifier out of Jamaica, followed by Alyssa Rass, Kaija Eastman, Addison Thomas, Isabella Monroe, Lauren Travers of the Cayman, Theoja Philippe of Guatemala, and Taylin Nichols out of the Bahamas. These are the fastest qualifiers.
And
going
there
into
was
the
no
final.
false start called on that because of
For
the
the 11 to
starter.
12 girls, 2-meter freestyle. For the boys, I'm seeing a yellow cap, a black cap in the lead. It's close between Bahamas and St. Vincent in this one. Let's wait for the scoreboard, and the scoreboard said it's Bahamas and Kai Bastin touching the water ahead of Gillen Deschong of St. Vincent and Shine Van Loon of Aruba.
Leandro St. Esteban, Santiesteban of Aruba in the hot seat, getting ready for the deciding heat right now. Alessandra Bazzoni at block number 1. Capri Williams at 2, Sloan DeGrace at block number 3, Dexter Russell at block 4, DeCarry Cooper takes 5, Joel Sinclair at 6, and Han Agarwal at block number 7, and Isaac Farley at block number 8. Mr. Starter, Mr. Referee.
All the medals. Went on during the day, you can check there. Also, our social media, Carifta Aquatics 2025 TT. You can check us on Instagram and Facebook as well. As we get ready for heat number 3. It's Bahamas in the middle of the pool. That's Russell and Cooper. Seen a yellow cap on the outside in lane number 1 in the mix. Lane number 2, sorry. But it looks like all the swimming lane number 4. That's Russell from Bahamas, Cooper from the Bahamas, and the grass from Martinique. So we'll wait for the final result.
Tonight. 13 and 14 ladies, our next challenge. Haley Williams at block 0. Lisa Mawani at block number 1. Jada Pounder at 2. Zara Persico at block number 3. Kia Alert at block number 4. Brianna Belmar at 5. Dinden McKenzie takes block number 6. Francesca Altamira at block number 7. And Skyla Connor at block number 8. Mr. Starter, Mr. Referee. and a great start.
Our girls 13 and 14. Heat number 1 of 3. Can never tell in these 15s who's in the lead, but it seems like it's someone from Jamaica. Jamaica has been having a wonderful meet in Carifta 2025. That's Kia Alert of Jamaica in the lead, and she will touch the wall. First out of lane number 4, followed by Pacifico of Trinidad and Tobago and Belma of Trinidad and Tobago. So 27:48 is the fastest time thus far. Let's
And
see
at
what
the
goes
starting
on in
blocks
heat
now,
number 2.
Emma Gobert at block 0, Tia Oliveira at block number 1, Reagan Belmar at block 2, Keisha Thomas takes block number 3, Skylar Richards 4, Celeste Gibson at 5, Eva Koch at block number 6, 7, Cassidy Coles, Jules Shirley Schwanger at block number 8, and Dila Maynard at block 9. Mr. Referee, Mr. Starter.
Is heat number 2. Another green hat in the lead there. That's Richards of Jamaica. Cool body like lead over the rest of the pack. And she is going to touch the wall first in lane number 4. 26.74. That's the fastest time going forward. Right now she has lane number 4 going forward, but we still have one more heat to go.
0. Ziva Cruz at block number 1. Leah Palit at block number 2. 3 is Maya Harrison. Reagan Uzinski at 4. Jessica Denniston at block number 5. Tia Seymour at block 6. Anya DeGanis at block number 7. Nace Mormon at block number 8. And Daniel Burgess at block number 9. Mr. Referee, Mr. Starter.
And this is the third and final heat of our ladies. In the lead again, swimming lane number 4. That's Usenski of Virgin Islands. And let's see, 27.19. Usenski touching the wall. 26.74. Skylar Richards from Jamaica will be the fastest qualifier go forward as we get ready for the 13 to 14 boys. That's when you know the top 8 unofficially for the boys. 50-meter freestyle, Dexter Russell of Bahamas with 26.69, followed by Leandro Santi Esteban, Kai Bastian of Bahamas. Leandro is from Aruba. We have 3 Bahamian swimmers, but unfortunately we only go with top 2 from one country, so Solan DeGrasse will have a space in the final. Christian Allen, Keon Deschong of St. Vincent, Dimitri Phillip of Trinidad and Tobago, and Calgary Williams of St. Vincent. These are the swimmers that will go forward to the final this afternoon. We're now into the 13 to 14 boys in heat number 1.
And with that, heat number 2 doing the walk behind the blocks. Oh, this is going to be good. Talk about an attitude. Recipient Carifta of the Turks and Caicos, the Caicos, Jataya Kill, and stopping the clock first. 30.92 Jataya Kill.
Shadaya Gill getting
And at
that
the
one.
starting block,
And
Rome
heat,
takes block 0.
heat number 1.
Tyler Robinson at block number 1. Jazeel Francis at block number 2. Shane Griffith at 3. Kristen Joseph at 4-5 is Jacob Collymore. Gabriel Bispath at block number 6-7 is Chris Jarrell Superman. Sean Verno Colton DiProcomo at block number 8 and T. Gleason at block number 9. Mr. Referee, Mr. Starter. And into the wall, scoreboard says
Joseph,
it is Bahamas.
25-39, 25-39. Jacob Collymore, both getting the same time. Wow, this is going to be crazy this afternoon to get into this final. 25-39, 25-39, 25-40, 25-56. So let's see, you know about the 13 to 14 girls. It looks like Skylar Richards is the fastest qualifier going into the final, followed by Reagan Uzensky of Virgin Islands, Kia Alert of Jamaica, Leah Pollitt of Curacao, Jessica Denniston of Jamaica, Sarah Pacico of Trinidad and Tobago, Celeste Gibson of the Bahamas, and Eva Hook of Aruba. Does look like the top 8 girls going forward to the final this afternoon. As we're in heat number 3 of the 13 to 14 boys. And next close race, the next Jamaican cap in the middle of the pool. And he will touch the wall first in lane number 5.
Adelaide Nixon taking the tag, 25-1. At the starting blocks, the deciding heat. Kels Vandermeer at block 0, Noah Dorville at block number 1, Trace Russell at 2, 3 is Alexander Murray, Lev Fay at block number 4, 5 is Nolan Barrett, Ruben Edwards takes block 6, 7 is Enrique Van de Hengel, Ian Zion Bakemeyer at block number 8, Cole Cullinan at block number 9, Mr. Starter, Mr. Referee.
25-36 seems to be the fastest time at the moment.
And decisions.
Wow, another green cap in the lead. That's Jamaica again. I'm seeing a Bahamas cap and Cayman in the mix. Still have a few more meters to go. Let's see what the scoreboard says. It's Jamaica, Nolan Barrett, first one to go, 24-96, ahead of Lev Fahey of Cayman and A. Murray of the Bahamas. This is going to be very, very close.
Ladies now for the 50-meter freestyle. Gabrielle Martin at block number 3, Turks and Caicos, Sid Moulton, Asha Jeffers at block number 4.
We get ready for 15 to 17 girls.
14
boys who will make it to the final.
Mr. Referee.
This is heat number 1. This is heat number 1 of our girls 15 to 17. Remember, top 8 going forward to the final this afternoon. Thank you for joining us on this live stream, Carifta Aquatics 2025.com. streaming on YouTube and our website. So we have 5 heats up, ladies, to determine the top 8. That's Jeff of St. Martin winning the first heat to the 2.38, the winning time of heat number 1.
And getting ready is heat number 2, Andrea Horn at block 0. Langley, Patrick at block number 1. Maya Colette takes block number 2, block number 3 is Catherine Weather. Oriance Garcia Klein at block number 4. Anya Davis at 5. Jeffrey at block number 6. Lou Joseph at 7. And Kira Kawish at block number 8.
This is heat
Miss
number
Starter,
2
Miss Referee
of our girls 15 to 17. When you hear the rhythm section, you know somebody from Trinidad and Tobago is in the mix. Let's see. Looks like the server from St. Lucia in the last space. Jeffrey and C will touch the wall first in heat number 2, followed by William of Bermuda. And the Virgin Islands is in 3rd place in this heat number 2. As we get ready for heat number 3.
Riley Miller at 6. Maya Patton at block number 7. 8 is Delphine Vincelis. And block number 9, Sharifa Lewis. Miss Starter, Miss Referee.
So this is heat number 3. That's at heat number 2. Sorry. Boys 13 to 14. The finalists seem to be Nolan Barrett of Jamaica with the fastest time, 24.96. Lev Fahy of Cayman. Alexander Murray of the Bahamas. Jacob Collymore of Grenada. Christian Joseph of the Bahamas. Sean Berno Depocromo of Suriname. Adeline Nixon of Jamaica. And Cheyenne Griffith of Trinidad and Tobago. Those appear to be the top 8 qualifiers for the 13 to 14 boys 50-meter freestyle. Winning the third heat was Leah Chin of Jamaica, followed by Riley Miller of St. Vincent, of Virgin Islands, and Zoe Williamson of the Bahamas. As we get ready for the fourth heat of 15 to 17 girls.
8 is Silla Whitcher. And block number 9, Sasha Poe.
Following this 50-meter freestyle
Miss Starter,
event,
Miss Referee.
we go on to our 100-meter breaststroke events. There we have in the lead, Heidi Stout of Barbados. Will she maintain that lead? Yes. 26.56. Heidi Stout of Barbados touching the wall first, followed by Tilly Collymore of Grenada and Liddy coming out of Antigua. As we get ready for the 5th and final heat.
Disqualification report. Event 110, Heat 1, Lane 5, disqualification report. At the starting blocks now, Malia Soroman at block 0, Liv Farrow at block number 1, Jaya Simmons at block 2, Zuri Ferguson at 3, 4 is Christiana Shirley, Sierra Broadbelt at block number 5, 6, Michaela Vandenberg, Claude Chagat at block number 7, Ellie Shaw at 8, Faith LeBron at block number 9. Starter referee has the pool deck.
And in the lead in this final, it is Shirley from Jamaica, and she will touch the wall first in lane number 5, 26.32, ahead of Vandenberg of Aruba and the Martinique.
Jamaica, 26.32, the low bid for lane 4 tonight. Taking ownership of the starting blocks now, it is the gentlemen 15-17. And again, I caution, quiet at the start. The very person you're yelling for is the very person that gets distracted, and it is going to cost them almost 0.3 of a second to get that focus back to the starter. At the starting blocks, Pepin Brinson at block number 2, Brock Schofield at block number 3, Zane Etnall at block 4, 5 is Tim Vander Giesen, Embriel Flanders at block number 6, and Troy Nisbet at block 7. The starter and referee have the pool deck. And I love it. Right from the start, I want to score a knee-jerk reaction to that start. That is the fastest start you can have. You don't have to think about what noise starts the race. All you know is the noise starts and you're gone. And that magic happens.
So we on to the 15-17 girls results. The fastest qualifier, Christiana Shirley of Jamaica, followed by Heidi Stout of Barbados, Tilly Collin of Grenada, Angelique Lady of Antigua, Leah Chin out of Jamaica, Michaela Vandenberg of Aruba, Riley Miller of Virgin Islands, and Ellie Smurden of Bahamas. These are the top qualifiers of 50-meter freestyle going into the final this afternoon.
And Jai Sinji at block number 9.
As we're in heat number 2.
Mr. Starter, Miss Starter, and Miss Referee.
Heat number 2 of the 50-meter freestyle.
Mr. Referee. And there is the get ready whistle. Now we can make some noise.
This is heat number 2, but it's a very fast heat. Touching the wall first, that's Liam Carrington, 23.12. That's the fastest time right now, 23.12 ahead of Aruba, Fernandez, and Barrett, Jamaica. 23s all around. You'll have to at least do a 23 to get into the final this afternoon.
6-7, Luis Mario Aarons, Ian Cruz at block number 8, Nigel Fontanelle at block number 9. Mr. Starter, Mr. Referee.
These guys have to give it their all if they want a spot in the final this afternoon. Lots of white water. See the Trinidad Tobago cap, the St. Lucia cap in front there as well. We'll wait on the official results as these swimmers are powering to the wall, and they will touch the wall. Zachary Anthony, 23.94.
The tag. A great time, but the hot seat still belongs to Liam Carrington. The deciding heat now, the starting blocks. Kalonji Von Schilling Rover at block number, Royer at block 0. Connor Hupman at 1. 2 is Tristan Hepburn. 3 is Esmail Jair Holton. Block number 4, Evan Gillard Bruce. Tristan Dorville at 5. 6 is Julian Willoughby. Victor Ashby at block number 7. Luke Higo at 8. Ethan Gardiner at block number 9. Gentlemen, starter, referee, have the field. And decisions. And into the wall we go. Evan Gillard Bruce, 23:07, puts him in the hot seat tonight, where he has to defend that lead position he showed off this morning. Not an easy task in this field. We're going to move our starter and referee now to the timers into the course, staging the competition for the 100-meter breaststroke series. And getting ready at the starting blocks, that first wave of the 100 breaststroke, going to be the 11 and 12 ladies. We have 3 heats looking for 8 lanes tonight. Anaya Aline at block number 1. Shazia Jagasar takes block number 2. Arabella Lawson at block number 3. Zelhar Lewis at block number 4. Charlie Taylor at 5. 6 is Emma Bering. Alyssa Watkins owns block number 7.
We'll see how that goes with the final. But it seems like 2 of Trinidad and Tobago athletes will be in the final. That's Evan Gillard Bruce and Liam Carrington. Most likely have the top 2 rankings with 23:07 and 23:12. But we'll wait for the official results so we can let you know who the top 8 are going into the final for the 50-meter freestyle.
And here we go, the 11 and 12 ladies. Heat number 1. The famous swimmers taking ownership of the starting blocks. And again, Anaya Aline at block 1. Shazia Jagasar at block number 2.
All right, so we have Evan Gillard Bruce, 23:07. Liam Carrington, 23:12. Inal Fernandez, 23:56. Ismail Hiltwin, 23.69. Tristan Dorville, 23.73. We have Zachary Anthony with 23.94, but unfortunately he wouldn't be able to go forward because we have 2 Trinidadians in the mix already.
Referee.
So we have Noah Barrett with 23.95, Antoine Destang with 24.07, and I believe that would mean Ellie Gibson of the Bahamas. He will get into the final with 24.19.
And on our way to setting that first challenge, heat number 2, taking ownership of the starting blocks now. Willow Zaribi at block number 1. Vitali Innocencia at block 2. L.A. Bassard at block number 3. Block 4, Isabella Monroe. Sapphire Parks at block number 5. Kayla Studd at 6. Algalina Glenn Jackson Bain at block number 7. And into the wall of first challenge, Zalahar Lewis, 124.64. And Trinidad and Tobago in the hot seat right now. Zalahar Lewis. And we have a thumbs up on the heat. It is all good to go. Miss Starter, Miss Referee, heat number 2. And behind the starting blocks now, it's heat number 3, taking ownership. Chelsea Gore at block number 1 for Suriname. Cayman Islands, Olivia Thomas at block number 2. Belle Adams takes block 3 for St. Vincent. Sienna Campbell at block number 4, the Bahamas. Emmanuel Spence at block 5 for Jamaica. Suriname, block number 6, Alyssa Casanpario. Wairo it is. Louis Geerdink at block number 7 for St. Martin. And Connie Blanchard at block number 8 for Anguilla. The challenge, 124.64, coming into the wall, the fast last 5 meters. And stopping that clock, the Bahamas, 124.36. Now in the hot seat, Isabella Monroe. And ladies and gentlemen, heat number 3, the deciding heat. Miss Starter, Miss Referee. Next heat is going to be the next event. The gentlemen, 11 and 12 for the 100-meter breaststroke, now taking ownership of the starting blocks. Nathaniel Zacklin at block 0 for Martinique. Grenada's Ethan Gunpot at block number 1. Will Weston takes block number 2 for the Cayman Islands. Nakari Stewart Williams at block 5 for St. Vincent. Trinidad and Tobago, Elihu Brown at block number 6. Antigua Barbuda at block 7. Christopher Walter, and Isaac Farley at block number 8, Turks and Caicos. And the battle for the hot seat right now. In lane number 4, Sienna Campbell. Lane number 6, Alyssa Casampario. And Campbell takes the touch. 1:24.56. Gonna have a lane tonight, I think, but it looks 11 and 12 100-meter breaststroke for this morning. Our focus now, the 11 and 12 gentlemen. Meter breaststroke, our first heat. Mr. Starter, Mr. Referee. And at the starting blocks, it's the answer to heat number 1. Isaiah Dozen at block 0 for St. Martin, Bahamas. Logan Camacho at block number 1. Trinidad and Tobago, Taylon Diaz at block 2. Joel Sinclair at 3 for Jamaica. Block number 4, that's Leandro Santisteban of Aruba. Siren Willerman at block number 5 for Aruba. Jamaica's Noah Parker at 7, and Bahamas, Natalia Knowles at block number 8. Into the wall, our first challenge, 1:17.55, Dion Deschamps. And in the hot seat, it looks like Keon Deschamps. We have 2 disqualification reports for event number 114, heat 3, lane 8. 114, heat 3, lane 5. 2 disqualification reports. Again, event number 114, heat 3, lane 8 and lane 5 disqualification report.
So just
And
give me
getting
an
ready
update.
now, the deciding heat. Heat number 2, Mr. Starter, Mr. Referee.
Breaststroke. We have Isabella Monroe, 124.36, Bahamas. Sienna Campbell of Bahamas, 124.56. Zalia Lewis of Trinidad and Tobago, 124.64. So we have 3 swimmers at 124s in the final with Alyssa Casan Pawiro of Suriname is in 4th, Charlie Taylor of Jamaica in 5th, Elia Busan of Guadeloupe in 6th, Sophia Parks of St. Lucia in 7th, and Shazia Jagasa of TTO in lane 8. In the water, the second and final heat of our boys 11 to 12, trying to get a space into that final. Thanks to our sponsors, as you can see on the screen. CIBC, Sport Company of Trinidad and Tobago, Ministry of Sport and Community Development, the
And
Management
it's
Action
13
Group.
and 14 ladies coming up next.
Finish, Subway, Blue Waters, First Citizen, Massey Foundation, DNC, Breaststroke.
And Leandro Santi Esteban of Aruba.
Touching the wall first, that's lane number 4.
1:18.25.
That's Rillman of Aruba, touching the wall first. followed by Santi Esteban, also for Aruba.
And that is going to give him a lane tonight. It looks like Guillaume Deschamps of St. Vincent with a 117.55 may have the hot seat, though. Our next heat, next event, the 13 and 14 ladies. Ayana Bourne at block number 1, St. Martin. Trinidad and Tobago, Reagan Belmar at block number 2. Brianna Belmar at block number 3, Trinidad and Tobago. Bahamas, Kamaya Saunders at block number 4. Lucy Butler at 5 for the Cayman Islands. Francesca Altamira at block number 6 for the Cayman Islands. Grenada's Thea Oliveira at block number 7. Miss Starter, Miss Referee. And at the starting blocks now, it's the deciding heat. Celia Lamp at block number 1, Aruba, Martinique's Melis Octave at block number 2, Grenada's Kristen Gresham at block 3, Kia Alert at 4 for Jamaica, Bahamas, Isabella Cucurullo at block number 5, Jessica Deniston at block number 8, 6 for Jamaica, Sanaya Minas at block 7, Barbados, and Aruba's Ziva Cruz at block number 8.
Of St. Vincent and his countryman Calgary Williams of St. Vincent. They will go forward as the top 2 fastest qualifiers in the 11 boys, followed by Zarin Willman of Aruba, Leandro Santiesteban of Aruba, Joel Sinclair of Jamaica, Nathaniel Sasholino of Martinique, Kinahu Brown of CTO, and Isaiah Tuzor of St. Martin. But so those are the top 8 qualifiers, the 11 to 12 boys, 100-meter breaststroke. For those who have high-tech mobile, you can also get updated results there. As we see heat number 1, Kamaya Saunders, Sasha Walters, followed by the Belmont twins of Trinidad and Tobago.
And then next heat, next event, the gentlemen 13 and 14. Jediah Gill at block 0 for Anguilla. Barbados, Cassius Narain at block number 1. Gideon Flanagan takes block number 2 for Aruba. St. Vincent's Tyler Robinson at block number 3. Ethan McMillan Cole at block number 4 for the Trinidad and Tobago. Maxim Augusta Challery at block number 5 for Martinique. Alexander Murray takes block 6 for the Bahamas. Suriname at block number 7 with Damicio Jaden Akimboto. And at block number 8, the Cayman Islands, Colt Higo. Bringing it in the 5-meter mark right now in lane number 5, Isabella Cucurullo. Stopping the clock, 120.08. And again, that will give her a lane tonight, an opportunity in the hot seat. It looks like Kamaya Saunders of the Bahamas with a 119.64 may have center lane. We'll know when the referee's report is posted. Gentlemen, 13 and 14, Mr. Starter, Mr. Referee. And at the starting blocks, taking ownership, St. Lucia. At block 0, Aaron Charles. Caleb Williams at block number 1, Grenada. Bonaire at block number 2, Arjan Dalm Divine. Jaden Ramdeen at block number 4 for Trinidad and Tobago. David Singh takes block number 4 for the Bahamas. Jamaica, Siraj Gwalani at block number 5. Zachary Burke at block number 6, Barbados. Aruba Wolf Masses at block number 7. Jamai McLeod at block number 8, the Cayman Islands. And Jonathan Irizarry at block number 9, Anguilla.
This looks like Trinidad and Tobago's race. Lane number 4, Ethan Macmillan Cole touching the wall first. 1:11:56, touching the wall first.
And Ethan in the hot seat for Trinidad and
Murray
Tobago
of
right now.
Bahamas and Robinson from St. Vincent.
Presumably. Ladies and gentlemen, heat number 2, the deciding heat of the 13 and 14 gentlemen. Mr. Referee, Mr. Starter. And I take that back. Still working on an administrative challenge. We'll be with you in just a moment. Again, this is the deciding heat at the starting blocks for the 13 and 14 gentlemen. After the 100 breaststroke series, we have the 200-meter backstroke series. Here it is. Mr. Starter, Mr. Referee.
So we're in heat number 2 of the 100-meter breaststroke for boys 13 to 14. Following the breaststroke, we'll have the 200-meter backstroke events.
And a 1:11.56, the time to beat to get that center lane assignment. Right now it's Ethan McMillan Cole of Trinidad and Tobago. And getting ready at the starting blocks, the 15 to 17 ladies. Kira Kamish at block number 1 for Grenada. Trinidad and Tobago at block number 2, Anya Davis. Bahamas, Tia Isabella Adderley at block number 3. Trinidad and Tobago, Kaplan Ethan at 4. 5 is Azania Osborne.
In the water, we have the super from Bahamas in the lead. That's David Singh. Ahead of Barbados, that's Zachary Burke. And there's a flight for third place. This will be a very close one. But that's David Singh touching the wall. This is now the fastest qualifier.
6-5. That puts him in the hot seat tonight.
Burke, Dam are the top 3 qualifiers for the second heat. We'll have to wait for the final results.
I do not see what the referees see. They have to hand in their report before it becomes official. Setting the stage now for the ladies 15 to 17. And boom, the stage is set. Ladies 15 to 17, heat number 1, Miss Starter, Miss Referee. And there are disqualification reports. Event number 116, Heat 2, Lane 7, disqualification report. A second disqualification report, event number 117, Heat 1, Lane 0. Again, 117, Heat 1, Lane 0, disqualification report.
So 13 to 14 girls. We have going forward Kamaya Saunders of Bahamas, Isabella Cucurulo of Bahamas, Kristen Gresham of Grenada, Kia Litt of Jamaica, Brianna Belma of Trinidad and Tobago, Reagan Belma of Trinidad and Tobago, Bailey's Octave of Martinique, and Lucy Butler of Cayman. These are the fastest qualifiers going into the final this evening. In the water, we have heat number 1. And in the lead is Goodman Sala of Trinidad and Tobago, and she will touch the water. 160.72. That's the fastest time.
In the hot seat right now, the ladies, 15 to 17, 100 breaststroke.
So the boys 13 to 14. We have David Singh of Bahamas in first. Eta Macmillan Cole. Eta Macmillan Cole in second.
And we have a thumbs up on the event. Heat number 2 at the starting blocks right now. The deciding heat. Miss Starter, Miss Referee.
Team August Shallery will be Martinique in 5. Zachary Burke of Barbados is in 6. Arjen Divine of Borneo will be in place number 7. And Jaden Ramdeen is the 8th fastest qualifier going into the final.
And putting the exclamation point to the sentence. Getting ready behind the blocks right now, the 15 to 17 gentlemen for the 100-meter breaststroke. Hassan Holton at block number 1 for Suriname. Martinique's Alexandra Josephine at block number 2. Lucas Patron at block 3 for Martinique. Cayman Islands, Dominic Hilton at block number 4. Joshua Ross at 5. For Barbados, Jamaica's Kai Radcliffe at block number 6. Zillan Anthony at block 7, Aruba. And Jai Sinhe at block number 8 for Antigua Barbuda. The deciding touch. Into the wall we go. 117 to 4.
Elise Wood of the Bahamas in second.
Shaw leading the heat.
Cyril
Looks like she's got a
Manning
lane,
of
but in
Martinique
the hot seat,
coming
it looks
in
like it's going to be Catherine Diefenthaler of Trinidad and Tobago.
Goes forward as the fastest qualifier. We'll bring you the top 8 qualifiers to the final in a little bit.
And that hot seat is certainly noteworthy, but as we saw last night, some of those sneaky swimmers on the outside just swimming just enough to get a lane this morning. And coming back tonight, you never know unless you're here or watching online, the live stream. Mr. Starter, Mr. Referee, gentlemen, 15 to 17, Heat 1.
As we get ready for the 15 to 17 boys, they are in the water. This is heat number 1 of our 100-meter breaststroke. Thank you for joining us live on our live stream on Carifta Aquatics 2025.com. We're seeing the different flags as well in the live stream. I'm seeing Suriname.
And getting ready to
I'm
starting
seeing
blocks for
Bahamas,
deciding heat. Ethan
Trinidad and
Gardner at
Tobago,
block 0,
St. Lucia.
Pecos. Aruba's
Continue
Ian
putting the
Cruz
flags
at block
in your
number
chat.
1. Jack Clark Terrell at block number 2 for
I'm
the
seeing
Cayman
Jamaica.
Islands. It's Liam Roberts at block 3 for
But this is
Trinidad
the
and
Carifta
Tobago.
Aquatic
Bahamas
Championship
at block number 4 with Tristan
2025. Back in
Hepburn
Trinidad and
and
Tobago
Caden
after about
Wells at block
25
5.
years. Thank you
Trinidad
for
and
joining
Tobago.
in.
And
And in the water we have heat number 1 in the
Noah
lead. This is
Barrett
the
at
mark
block 7
from
for
Barbados
Jamaica.
who will touch
And
the
block number
water.
8, St.
That's
Lucia's
Joshua
Garrett
Ross,
Charles. And our first
ahead of
tag
Dominic
in,
Hilton
the
of
first
Cayman
challenge,
and
Joshua
Kai
Ross
Radcliffe
at
of Jamaica.
107.42 in the hot seat.
So we have 107s, 108 seems it will take to get into this final. Let's see.
And here it is, the deciding heat. Mr. Starter, Mr. Referee.
And there goes the Tassaban in the water. We have 2 Trinidad and Tobago athletes in this one. 2 Bahamians as well. A Jamaican, a Solution, Aruba, and Turks and Caicos, Cayman Islands in this one as well. Very close competition. It will take 107s, 108s, it seems like. First touch goes to Liam Roberts of Trinidad and Tobago in the lead ahead of Caden Wells and Tristan Hepburn. All of these athletes have to push through straight till the end. Will it be Bernard? Will it be Roberts? Will it be Hepburn? Will it be Wells? All forging ahead.
Oh, who's got it? Who's got first seat? I don't know.
This is
Scoreboard says the reach, the touch. It is Caden Wells.
It's
108.37, 108.59 for
Bernard,
Tristan Hepburn.
Roberts.
And Efren Bernard at 108.87,
All with 108.
108.94.
You have a
Liam
107 in
Roberts,
the previous heat.
less than a half a second difference there between first and fourth. And we're going to wait for the official results out tonight, but it looks like 107.42 out of heat number 1.
But it seems like
it's going to be our hot seat owner,
the 2
Joshua
Bahamians
Ross.
and the 2 Trinidad and Tobago
Getting ready now, the
swimmers should
ladies
qualify for
starting
the
a
final,
whole
but we'll
new
wait
series, the 200-meter
for the
backstroke.
official results.
And it's the 11 and 12 ladies on the agenda. They'll be walking out to take ownership of the pool deck, resetting the pool right now to accommodate the backstroke, putting our backstroke flags out.
Getting ready
And
for the
getting
200
the
backstroke.
wedges for the starting blocks.
We're seeing
in
your
position.
flags. We're seeing your flags in the chat. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. We get ready for the 200-meter backstroke event. And let's see if we have any updated results for the 100 breasts for the 15 to 17 young ladies.
And here we go, the famous faces doing the walk of fame behind the starting blocks.
Still waiting for those final
It's
results.
going to be Luriana Burnaby at block 0 for
For those
Martinique,
girls,
Trinidad
15
and
to
Tobago.
17.
Zelahar
All right, their
Lewis
team. We have Catherine
at
Different
block number
Tal of
1.
Trinidad and Tobago being the
Zahara
fastest
Anthony takes
qualifier
block 2
ahead
for
of
Trinidad
Ellie
and
Shaw of
Tobago.
Antigua, Elise Wood of the
Kai Lawson
Bahamas,
at block number 4 for
Syria
Jamaica.
Manning of Martinique,
Barbados,
Tia
Gabriella Babb at
Adley
block
of
number
Bahamas,
5.
Faith Jeffrey of St. Lucia,
at block 6 for
Alyssa
Barbados,
Rushford of Barbados,
Bahamas.
and
Taylor
Anya Davis of
Nichols at
Trinidad
block
and
number
Tobago,
7.
sneaking in there to that
And
top 8.
Antigua Barbuda,
So these will be the top 8
Willow
going into the final
Zreedy
this afternoon.
at block
And the boys'
number
results
8.
are available as well. It's Joshua Ross of Barbados, Dominic Hilton of the Cayman, Kai Radcliffe of Jamaica, Caden Wells of Bahamas, Tristan Hepburn of Bahamas, Anthony Bernard of Trinidad and Tobago, Liam Roberts of Trinidad and Tobago, and Lucas Patron of Martinique. These will be the top 8 qualifiers going into our final this afternoon. And we're just making some technical adjustments to get ready for the 200-meter backstroke. That's the last individual event of these Carifta games. And I believe we will have some heats for some relays. It looks like we'll be doing that for the 15 to 17 girls and 15 to 17 boys. The rest will swim this evening. Later on this morning, we'll have the Carifta Congress at this evening, afternoon at 1 o'clock. We have that Carifta Congress meeting. Of course, part of the things on the agenda is determining the Carifta countries for 2027. Trinidad is putting in a bid for that in 2027. It's supposed to be Martinique next year in 2026, but we'll wait for the official information after the meeting. And Bahamas is in the lead.
And it looks like
on the
we
medal
are
table
good to go with the
and the
opening
points
ladies
table.
too.
As of last night, they had 21 gold, 16 silver, 18 bronze, with a total of 55 medals. Trinidad and Tobago had 14 gold, 14 silver, 14 bronze, 42 medals in all. And Jamaica round up the top three with 12 gold, 17 silver, 17 bronze, a total of 41 medals. Cayman has 12 gold, 6 silver, 6 bronze with 24 medals. And Barbados is up in top 5, 10 gold, 6 silver, 5 bronze. In the water, we have our 200-meter backstroke event. We have 2 TTO swimmers, 2 Barbados swimmers in this one. This is the last day of the Carifta Aquatics Championships in Trinidad and Tobago. It has been a magnificent 4 days of competition so far. And for those who like the open water, check us at 5 Islands Amusement Park in Chaguaramas, the beach in the back of the facility. We'll be having our 5K race tomorrow starting from 9 o'clock to wind up the Carifta Aquatics Championship. Of course, later on this evening, we would have award presentations starting at 6 p.m. and that will be for the relays from last night, the 4x100 mixed for the 11 to 12 and the 4x200 for the 13 and overs. So we have those medal presentations coming up this afternoon, and together we'll present all the awards for today. So we expect to have an award presentation for the 800, the 400 free, the 50 free, 100 breast, 200 back, and then of course the relays from tonight, which is the 4x50 meter sprint relay. Looking forward to some records tonight. Maybe some more world qualifiers, who knows. But in the water for the 200 back, it's lane number 4, that's Kai Lawson of Jamaica in the lead of Gabriela Bab of Barbados. And these athletes have been competing hard for the last 4 days. It has taken a toll on their bodies. I mean, we know we have some facilities in place here. We know some persons have worked with a massage therapist to help them with their recovery. We have some massage therapists as well to assist persons who may not have. But it has been a grueling 4 days for these athletes. And some of them are just pushing through for this last day for their country, for themselves, for their families, in order to earn a piece of this Carifta medal. Lovely medal we have for Carifta 2025. And all these athletes are vying for these medals. They have also received some tokens courtesy CIBC and also finished as well. Touching the world bid, that's Kai Lawson of Jamaica, ahead of Gabriela Bab of Barbados. And the third touch goes to Taylin of Bahamas. But it has been a tough 4 days for these athletes. But they're all still giving their all for their country. And I have with me Maureen Cruz, who's the president of Panam Aquatics. Good morning, Maureen, and welcome again to Trinidad and Tobago.
So, good morning to you, Jason, and thank you for hosting us again in Trinidad and Tobago. It's as if I'm coming home.
Yes, I know you're always in Trinidad and Tobago, and I mean, we have done many Cariftas all over the region. I know you have done a few in Aruba as well. How does Trinidad and Tobago compare to the rest right now?
So, honestly, I've been walking around on pool deck and talking to the teams, to coaches, and Trinidad is just getting compliments all around. You definitely did great with the logistics, and we all know when you're hosting an event, transport and food, when those two things are smooth, everybody's happy. And you nailed it. The transport has been great, and the food has been good. The whole setup for them. And then they have this amazing venue, which is one of the most beautiful ones in the Caribbean, if not the, most beautiful. So how can they not be happy? They're swimming fast. It's been a great, congratulations to the LOC, to Asset for doing an amazing job.
Thank you, and I know Panam Aquatics continues to support the different territories around the region. Can you probably just give us some of the things that Panam Aquatics is doing to support us?
Yes, so obviously a lot of the support that we are giving is in resources. We've gotten incredibly active with our webinar series for coaches. We've added now medical type webinars to assist with pre-injury, prevention of injury, what to do when athletes are injured. And I think now the next step that we are touching upon is providing our athletes from the Caribbean that next level competition to prepare them to go to the Worlds. And I think that what we have next month in Medellin is a good example of that. We will have 1,500 athletes there from 5 different disciplines, and 37 national federations are going to be there. Besides that, we are the connection between World Aquatics and all of our member federations. And because that connection is now so strong, any issues that any of our federations have can be solved usually within the day, because it's now actual communication, not a weird, entity out there that nobody knows, but actually human beings that are all working together for aquatics.
And of course, that can be demonstrated by Captain Hussein coming to Trinidad and Tobago together with Dylan Carter as well, who is also on World Aquatics yourselves as well. So is it that the Caribbean is getting, would you say the Caribbean is getting more recognition?
I think that one of the things that was an issue before is that people from the other side of the world don't know the Caribbean. They don't know our culture. And I 100% am sure that now that is different. Captain, the president, Brent, the CEO, they now understand Carifta. They understand that for us, this is the most important event in the year. And our kids want to make it to Carifta. So they are now getting a better view of the culture. And because of that, they are now better able to understand what we need from them. And the captain visiting here was, for me, very important, because I was now able to share with him this amazing event.
And then I also know James Gibson did a coaching clinic with to assist our Caribbean coaches. So World Aquatics, Panam Aquatics is doing their part to assist us in this part of the world. Anything you're looking forward still to in Carifta? We just have one more day to go. Any races you're looking forward to this evening?
Yeah, so obviously I have a very soft spot for both the 100 breast and the 2 back. So I can't wait to see those races tonight. But I am just, amazed at how fast our region is. And, the 50 free today, this morning already, was some really good fast swimming. I think 15, 17, there's what, 5, 6 athletes under 24. It's amazing. So I'm very excited to, finish this day with some fast swimming, even though you can tell the athletes are tired and maybe the team leaders are even more tired. And then we have open water tomorrow. For me personally, I still think that open water has not been exploited enough in our region. We have the waters we have, but we have way more potential in open water than we currently are bringing to the table. So it is one of the things that we as Panam Aquatics are definitely want to do more with.
All right, so if you're now joining in, we have Maureen Cruz, who has been to about 1 million Cariftas probably.
Not 1 million, but they're, you know me, always time for a party.
And how are preparations going for Junior Panam coming up later this year?
It's going to be amazing. So Medellin will be the qualifier in most of the disciplines, but Asunción, Paraguay, they have a complete new aquatic center, which it's already in the phases that we can see what it's going to be like. It's going to be a fast pool. And after that, we're, in range for next year, we have like South American juniors. We actually have Junior Worlds this year in Romania, where I think that the region will be well represented. So I think little by little, our national federations are understanding that Carifta is amazing, but we need to use that energy to go to the next level.
All right, so thank you very much, Maureen, and thank you for supporting this event and continuing to support the federations in the region.
It's my pleasure, Jason. Thank you.
No problem. So that was Maureen Cruz. So we're still in the throes of the 200-meter backstroke here at Carifta, 2025 right here in Trinidad and Tobago. So stay tuned. We have relays coming up next.
Second 100. And right now, the starting blocks getting ready to go. Suriname at block 0 in Jakarta. John Nathan Saraman at block number 1 for Suriname. Martinique Solon de Grace at block number 2. Dakari Cooper at block 3 swims for the Bahamas. Cayman Islands, Liam Minimu at block number 4. Zachary Ladipo of the Barbados team at block number 5. Kai Bastion takes block number 6 for the Bahamas. Jamaica's Joel Sinclair at block number 7 and block number 8 in a new round of Trinidad and Tobago into the wall. The first challenge, 2:34.55. Ruben Mansour. And Ruben in the hot seat right now. And it looks like we have a thumbs up from the referee on the event. Gentlemen clear in the water, setting the stage now for heat number 2, the deciding heat. Mr. Starter, Mr. Referee, heat number 2. Kai Bastion of the Bahamas was in the lead at that first 50. It's Dakari Cooper of the Bahamas taking over that first seat right now in lane number 3. At the starting blocks, 13 and 14 ladies taking ownership. Grenada's Kristen Gresham at block number 1. Aruba's Naomi Erasmus at block number 2. Trinidad and Tobago at block 3, Reagan Belmar. Skylar Smith at block 4 for the Bahamas. Sian Isaacs at block number 5 for the Bahamas. Alana Jones at block number 6 for Jamaica. And Delayla Jarrell at block number 7 for Aruba. Decisions. Into the wall we go. 2:34.55 was the time to beat. At least we post in with a 2:37. Dakari Cooper of the Bahamas. And he may well have a lane tonight, but it still looks like it's Ruben Mansour of Aruba who's going to be in the hot seat to defend that lead position. And the gentlemen exiting the water right now, the ladies setting the stage for the 13 and 14 ladies 200-meter backstroke. And here it is, Mr. Starter, Mr. Referee, the first heat of the 13 and 14 ladies 200 backstroke. And at the timers behind the starting blocks, taking ownership of the starting blocks, Anya Deganis at block number 1, Antigua Barbuda. Barbados, Naomi Alves at block number 2. Gabriela Johannes Maduro at block number 3 for Curacao. Trinidad and Tobago, Taylor Marchand at block number 4. Anna Oldfield at block 5. for the Cayman Islands. Martinique has block number 6, Nace Mormon. Leah Paulette at block number 7 for Curacao. And at block number 8, that's Katie Galatopoulos of the Cayman Islands. And into the wall, 237.5 for Reagan Belmar, setting the challenge. That second tag in, Alana Jones at 238, 239 and change for Sian Isaacs. That third tag in. And the stage is set for heat number 2, the deciding heat. Miss Starter, Miss Referee. And next in our series of the 200 backstroke, it's the 13 and 14 gentlemen getting ready to go. Zion Applewade at block number 1, Trinidad and Tobago. Enrique Van de Hengel at block number 2 for Aruba. Jaden Rendine at block 3 for Trinidad and Tobago. Virgin Islands, Sian John Baptiste at block number 4. David Singh at block 5 for the Bahamas. Jaden Zhu at block 6 for St. Lucia. And at block number 7, Caitlin Williams of the Bahamas. And 2:37.54 the time to beat. Under the flags, into the wall. Stopping that clock, Taylor Marchand of Trinidad and Tobago, 2:29.21. Puts him in the hot seat tonight. That second tag in, 2:30.65. Gabriel Jonas Maduro looks like he may have lane 5. We'll know when the official results are posted. And after the 200-meter backstroke series, relays. relays, the 15 to 17 ladies, the 15 to 17 gentlemen have relays this morning. It looks like everybody else is advancing directly to finals for the 200-meter freestyle relay, but the 15 to 17 ladies and gentlemen reporting to the call room after the backstroke will be presenting those events. And setting the stage now for the 13 and 14 gentlemen. And here we go. The referee and starter have the pool deck. Gentlemen, 13 and 14, heat 1. And bringing it back, what's it gonna look like? At the starting blocks right now, it's Cayman Islands, Brock Schofield at block number 1, Louis Maria Aarons at block 2 for Aruba, Virgin Islands, Darian Maynard at block number 3, Liam Carrington at 4 for Trinidad and Tobago, Virgin Islands, Caden Gleason at 5, Luke Higo at 6 for the Caymans, Bahamas, Donald Saunders at 7, Julian Willoughby of Jamaica at block number 8. And into the wall, the challenge they're looking at. John Baptiste at 2:23.28 in the hot seat. And I'm sorry, I just announced the 15 to 17, gentlemen. I'm on the wrong page. Let's do that again. How about Rhys Hunter at block number 1? Ian Zion Backmeyer at block number 2. Mikhail Sobers at block number 3. Lem Fahey at 4. Lennox Turnham Wheatley at block number 5. Noam Eustache at block number 6. And Swan Lorto Dargans Zanili at block number 7. Please, Mr. Starter, Mr. Referee, Heat 2. And again, relays. 15 to 17 ladies, 15 to 17 gentlemen. We have relay heat today, this morning, next, after the backstroke. And speaking of 15 to 17 ladies for the relays, it's 15 to 17 ladies up next for the 200 backstroke. Elise Wood at block number 1 for the Bahamas. Lou Joseph at block 2, Virgin Islands. Cayman Islands has block number 4, Riley Watson. Carolyn Levy-Powell at block number 5 for Jamaica. Leah Chen at block 6. For Jamaica, Delphine Vaselis at block number 7 for Martinique. And Trinidad and Tobago, Karen Burke at block number 8. And into what we go, Lev Fahey, stopping the clock, 2:19.71 is going to put him in the hot seat tonight for the Cayman Islands. That second tag in, Mikhail Sobers at 2:27.3, and Riz Sutter posted at 2:25.64. And it looks like those two gentlemen are going to be swimming next to each other. Setting the stage again now for the 15 to 17 ladies. And here we go, the 200-meter backstroke, 15 to 17 ladies, heat number 1, Miss Starter, Miss Referee. And 112, the splits, 114, 116, 115. Getting ready at the starting blocks, it's heat number 2 taking ownership. Matilda Sorrento at block number 0 for Martinique. Barbados, Toria Aline at block number 1. Ayoka Martin at block 2 for Barbados. Bahamas, Elfenberg at block number 3. Zuri Ferguson, Trinidad and Tobago at block number 4. Sierra Broadbelt at 5 for the Cayman Islands. Virgin Islands, Riley Miller at block number 6. Genesis Laxell Lockley at block number 7 for Aruba. Zia Rodriguez for Aruba at block number 8. And into the while we go, that first challenge. Carolyn Levy-Powell in at 2:26.47 for Jamaica. That's Riley Watson of the Cayman Islands at 2:28, 2:33 and change for the Virgin Islands. Lou Joseph. And again, setting that stage, getting the backstroke wedges in place and everything set for the start. The deciding heat of the 15 to 17 gentlemen, ladies. And again, relays coming up next for the 15 to 17 age group category. Ladies, heat 2, the deciding heat. Starter and referee have the deck. And a great start, those quiet starts allow for a reaction type of start, not a thinking start. 0.3 of a second difference between the two, and that's what you want, is the reaction start. And it's the gentlemen 15 to 17 now taking ownership of the starting blocks. Neil Sherman Nerona at block number 1 for Antigua Barbuda. Janelle Zozime at block number 2 for Martinique. Darren Belfon at block number 3, Trinidad and Tobago. Brady Lewison at block number 4, Jamaica. The Bahamas at block number 5. Ellie Gibson. Martinique's Lucas Antonenti at block number 6. St. Vincent's Brandon George at block number 7. And at block number 8, St. Vincent, Matthew Bala. Somebody doesn't like the company they keep. Zuri Ferguson, a big breakaway. Not a question of who. And Ferguson stopping the clock. 2:16.36. And Zuri, the big question in everybody's mind, the record 2:16.04, that was your record from last year. And is that all you got this morning, or are we going to see something different this evening? You never know. You do a time once and you prove your potential. You have to do it again and again before you really own it. And that is so hard to do sometimes. Right now it's staging for the gentlemen 15 to 17, our first heat out of 2 heats. And the starter referee have the pool deck. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Starter, Mr. Referee. Here we are, the famous gentleman behind the starting blocks. Heat number 2 of the 15 to 17 gentlemen, 200 backstroke, Brock Schofield at block number 1 for the Cayman Islands. Luis Mario Aarons at block number 2, Aruba. Virgin Islands, Darian Maynard at block number 3. Liam Carrington takes block 4 for Trinidad and Tobago. Virgin Islands, Caden Gleason at block number 5. Cayman Islands again, Luke Higo at block number 6. Donald Saunders at 7 for the Bahamas. Julian Willoughby at block number 8 for Jamaica. And into the wall we go. Jamaica's Brady Lewiston setting the challenge 2:14.80 2:17 and some change. Lucas Antonenti and Eli Gibson in the third tag with a 2:20.56. And those backstroke wedges, setting those up. Best thing in the world that ever happened to backstroke and the most contentious. And it looks like we're set. Mr. Starter, Mr. Referee. And there is a disqualification report. Event number 126, Heat 2, Lane 2. Event 126, Heat 2, Lane 2, disqualification report. And into the wall. Liam Carrington, Trinidad and Tobago, 2:13.09 is going to put him in the hot seat tonight. 2:14.80, Brady Lewison looks like he's going to have lane 5 right next to it. That should be a cozy conversation. And that second tag in, 2:17 by Darren Maynard. Caden Gleason in at 2:17.97. And that is going to do it for the Backstroke series. Resetting the course, taking away the Backstroke flags, and getting ready for the 200-meter freestyle relays. All relays are going to go to finals tonight, except for the 15 to 17 age group category. We have one heat, 9 teams vying for 8 lanes of the ladies' 200-meter freestyle relay. And in the gentlemen's side of the course, we have 10 teams vying for 8 lanes tonight. And I believe that has been reseated. It may not be as you see it in your heat sheet. And here we go. It looks like we're almost there for relay time. The 15 to 17 ladies now taking ownership of the starting blocks. The 200-meter freestyle relay. And right now, setting up at the start end of the course, we should have 2 members of each relay team at the turn end of the course as well. And it's going to be Antigua Barbuda at block 0. Trinidad and Tobago taking block number 2. Aruba owns lane 3, block 2. Or lane 2, block 2. I'd love to see that. Jamaica at block number 3. Cayman Islands at block number 4, getting ready to go. The Bahamas takes lane 5. Barbados at 6. Martinique at lane number 7. And the Virgin Islands at lane 8. And here we go, getting our team members at the turn into the course. Each swimmer doing 50 meters. And again, Antigua Barbuda at lane 0. Trinidad and Tobago at lane number 1. Aruba at lane 2. Jamaica at 3. Cayman Islands at 4. Bahamas has lane 5. Barbados at 6. 7 is Martinique. 8 is the Virgin Islands. And it looks like we are set at both ends of the courses. Miss Starter, Miss Referee. And into the Waweco, that first tag in 149.92 being posted in lane number 3 by Jamaica. 156.7, the second tag in lane 6. And that is Barbados, the third tag in 0. It looks like Antigua Barbuda with a 151. And again, the referees have to hand in their report. 9 teams looking for 8 lanes. We'll see what the official results look like in just a moment. And right now, taking ownership of the starting blocks, the gentlemen. 10 teams looking for 8 lanes tonight. Suriname at block 0, Aruba at 1, St. Lucia at block number 2, Jamaica takes lane 3, Trinidad and Tobago at 4, Bahamas at 5, Cayman Islands at 6, Virgin Islands takes block number 7, Martinique at 8, Antigua Barbuda at lane number 9. Mr. Referee, Mr. Starter. And here we go, decisions. Into the wall scoreboard says it's lane number 3, getting the tag there, 137.60. Jamaica, that second tag in lane number 4, Trinidad and Tobago with a 137.62, 138 and some change in lane number 1, the third tag in Aruba. That fourth tag in lane number 2 with a 138.71. And from there, we'll have to wait for the referees to hand in their reports. Again, 10 lanes, 10 teams looking for 8 lanes tonight. That is going to do it for this morning's preliminary rounds. Turks and Caicos, team manager. Turks and Caicos, team manager. We need to see you here at the administrative office. Timers, referees, officials, please stand. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As we exit the pool deck, thanking all our officials for this morning's rounds of competition. We're going to be back at it tonight. It's going to be exciting, the closing night of the pool competition. Tomorrow, it's open water.